Welcome to Creamer Media's Resources Watch, the weekly video roundup of the events and people making and shaping the news in the mining industry. This week, IDC in discussion on the introduction of an exploration fund. DRDGold maintains dividend payout and records strong full-year performance. And new horizons for uranium as a green metal. The Industrial Development Corporation is in discussion on the introduction of a fund to underpin much-needed exploration in South Africa.
We, as the IDC, have been toying around with the idea of an exploration fund. We are talking to the DMRE about supporting such an initiative. We're talking to, obviously, our shareholder department, which is the DTIC, about giving us facilitator status so that that fund must have B credentials. And we can then go to the Minerals Council as well as the industry in general and get funding. So we crowd this funding from seeded by the IDC. And then we can invest into exploration.
Dual-listed DRDGold has declared a final dividend of 40 cents apiece for the financial year ended June 30.
Some of our key features for the year. It's been an exceptional year, mostly as a consequence of particularly the first 6 months of the financial year through to December. At the time, gold price was still really high. I think north of and in the region of about R1 million a kilo, which gold mining, the universe, is just, it's the sort of thing that you never dreamt you would actually witness. But we were very well positioned to take full advantage of this. Production was really good. We had our costs under control, managed to keep our staff safe. They made their contribution in terms of keeping themselves safe, in terms of COVID protocols, etc., etc. So all of this translated in what we have on this slide for you in terms of the highlights for the revenue up 26% to north of 5.2 billion rand. Operating profit was up nicely, 39% to about 2.1 billion rand. Production just shy of 5 3/4 of a ton, or tons rather, 6% rise in production. And this was from both sides. We saw exceptional volume throughput from both of our circuits, and also some really good plant performance indicators as well. Our teams really managed to keep their plant stable and operating well.
Precious and green metals portfolio company Sibanye-Stillwater has presented new horizons for uranium, which is described as a significant element in its green metals portfolio.
Many analysts have noticed the rising importance of uranium, and we will look forward to creating value out of our existing assets. Nuclear energy is clearly going to play a part in the future energy mix because of its carbon friendliness. And you would remember that the acquisition of Cook was predominantly based on the uranium exposure many years ago, which we have retained. We see new horizons for uranium, and it is going to be a significant element in our green metals portfolio. Nuclear has emerged as a zero carbon baseload generation option, essential for global decarbonization. I've always been a big proponent of nuclear energy. You're going to see growth, especially in the Asia-Pacific region, and there's 125 gigawatts of new nuclear capacity being planned. We see the uranium market moving into deficit over 5 to 10 years, and we see long-term price forecasts exceeding $60 per pound.
For mining news as it breaks, stay logged on to miningweekly.com and register for our free daily newsletter.